What is DAO in blockchain? With Aleksa Mil, WACEO.
Talk about DAOs and what is DAO in blockchain. Okay, so let's solve the first mystery. What is a DAO? A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization, but what does that even mean, right? So what does it mean to be decentralized? What does it mean to be autonomous? And what does it mean to be an organization, right? So if you look at the decentralized part, right, so as we just talked, it means like there is no central authority, and the decision-making power is within the community, right? So from there, we remove that central management, that executive level of leaders who have all the power within one structure, within an entity, and they can basically make all the decisions on behalf of everything. While in DAO, it's the opposite, right? So everyone makes decision on behalf of everyone, right? So what does it mean to be autonomous? So autonomous means that let's say the behavior of the DAO is encoded in smart contracts, which removes the need for human intervention, right? So why is that important? It's important because with that, we remove the ability to corrupt and to basically abuse what we've been building for a while. And the community that put trust, and the investors that put trust into a project, their assets are protected and they're not managed by one person or a few people. Organization. It's an on-chain type of structure, right? So it's fully decentralized, meaning it's global. It has no jurisdiction, it has no religion, it has no language, even though it's usually English. Right, but what it means that it's accessible to each and every person in the world. So far, we have around registered 6,000 DAOs, and crypto's entire market cap is at $1.76 trillion by some latest research as of May this year. So basically, what is the role of a crypto in a DAO, right? So if you look at the decision making, so what gives you the ability to vote? Well, those are actually the tokens of the DAO. And usually the amount of tokens that you hold decide your voting power within the organization, usually. Yeah, so when we compare DAOs, a decentralized structure, to a centralized one, right? So we mentioned we removed the CEO, we removed the CTO, CMO, CFO, right? So what we have is a community-led type of structure. It has no hierarchy, right? So it's a flat type of environment that actually it's a flat when it comes to decision-making power, but you still have a small group of people that help support the operations of the DAO. But what is important is not to confuse them for the leaders, or that they have any bigger power than anyone else involved in the DAO. Then, so centralized environments, right? So they're requiring human intervention, they require human decision-making. Well, again, DAOs do remove that. The advantage that decentralized environment has over DAOs, it does have legal standing, right? So we have LTDs, LLCs, different type of centralized entities, and they're recognized by the law, while a DAO is not. So a DAO does not exist as a legally recognized organization, but the closest to it is a general partnership. A general partnership is a business arrangement of two or more people that equally share profits, losses, and liabilities. Meaning that the biggest challenge with the DAOs that we know today is the fact that everyone involved in the DAO share equal, unlimited personal liabilities for the actions of the DAO. So how to start a DAO, right? So many people today think it's very easy, just like, today I'm going to start a DAO. it's cool, it's buzzword that I heard. I just got into Web3 and blockchain, so I'm going to start a DAO. So what do I need? Well, first of all, the most important aspect of a DAO, actually two, are the community and the smart contracts, right? So, but bear in mind that even if you had the best technology ever, if you don't have a strong community in a DAO, well, the DAO might not be, the project just won't have the same survival chances as DAOs that do have strong and involved communities. For each DAO has to have a white paper that usually contains tokenomics, mission statement, and generally the way how the organization is structured and has the governance elements within. So all these elements are actually what help decide what is the community goal, what is the DAO goal, and why the people are gathered around to trust, to believe in a project, and work together towards its progress, right? So, but as in any organization that we know, usually, like especially on chain and that is a blockchain based, has its challenges, and DAO unfortunately has many. As I mentioned, they are not recognized as legal entities. So what does it actually mean? They don't have legal protection. They do not have legal recognition. They do not have legal standing. They do not have legal representation. Why is that a problem? Well, it's a problem if you're a DAO and you do want to, for example, enter into a partnership with some Web2 type of company that can help you scale your business. Well, you cannot, because as an on-chain type of structure, you cannot pass the required AML, KYC, and CFT requirements unless you have an entity. But if you're talking about like a fully decentralized organization, those are the issues each DAO has to overcome. Can a DAO founder or a DAO team sign a contract on behalf of the DAO? Yes, you can. But what happens is you take on personal liabilities on yourself or the whole DAO, and basically whatever bad illicit activities happen, you may be seen as liable for those actions. If you have an entity, is it okay to work as a centralized type of environment? Yes, it's sure. But then again, you're not seen, over time, you just won't be seen as a decentralized project. So those are some of the challenges that DAOs need to face. I like to call it the DAO trap, be incorporated or not. Because if you do have an incorporation, you risk to be seen as a centralized project. If you're not incorporated, you just don't have the ability to cooperate with the traditional world compliantly and safely. So DAOs being deemed as general partnership, what the risk it brings for both developers and investors is the unlimited personal liabilities, right? So as mentioned, like when we had some DAOs in the past that were involved in illicit activities, so those that were actually known as either DAO founders or the DAO members were targeted as the ones to carry all the responsibilities for those illicit and unregulated activities. So yeah, and I mean, of course, DAO is by nature decentralized, meaning no jurisdiction and no ability to actually properly understand how taxes work. And that's actually one of the biggest points, I believe, also for the regulators as well. How to regulate a decentralized type of environment that you cannot understand which legislation you can apply, which tax the framework you can apply to the project and to the members in order to, well, charge taxes and understand what their legal responsibilities are. So basically, DAOs are a novel type of structure, on-chain type of environment that offers huge possibilities for everyone who joins in. Everyone has the right to say. Everyone has the right to be heard. Everyone can get involved, can help, can grow and build. But what one needs to bear in mind is what are the risks and what are the liabilities one carries when we start. So I always say that founders are the ones that are actually responsible for making sure that the DAO is protected, as well as technically, as well as legally, right? So if I'm a founder, and if I have a huge community who entrusted me with their money to invest in the project, in my vision, me as a founder, I have that responsibility to make sure that there is like a security layer, so the contract, so nothing can be hacked or destroyed, so there cannot be the funds stolen. And as well, I have the responsibility to legally protect my investors and to mitigate those liabilities. So if you're a member of a DAO, make sure you do expect that from your founder. Thank you.